Hi. We've been thinking about something that really changed our lives. And I think you think you have everything sorted out, don't you, in life? And sometimes you're just hit by a curveball that completely throws you. So we've had that happen numerous times, but the last time it happened to both of us. And we thought we'd share our story about what actually happened to us when we were living in between Bali and Jakarta, actually in Indonesia, and we were almost semi-retired. We had plans what we were going to do for the future. We felt very settled. Our life was abundant. It's interesting, the more money you have, the more you can give away, which is so wonderful. So we're in that incredible situation where we were able to make a difference in other people's lives and feeling really happy and calm about life. And then we went to Jakarta to our office, and we were working with an American company at the time, and went to the office, and it had gone. Overnight, it had been closed down. Nobody had told us. We had thousands of people in our team who were relying on us. And it was just such a shock. It was horrific. It was really distressing. What was even more distressing was we knew we'd cope, but we were really concerned about all the people who had trusted us and had come into business with us. It was terrible, wasn't it? It was just shocking.
Yeah, there was over 3,000 people that had come into our organisation at that time, and I remember a few of our leaders were crying, and we were in tears, and we were so upset with the company just closing down overnight, and we never had a clue. So we found a home for them, which was fantastic, and those people have kicked on and done amazing things around the world. So they're fantastic leaders, but it was devastating for us. It was just so we had to come back to Australia with our tail between our legs, and we virtually lost everything over there. So it was I'll pass that on to you because you've got a different version to how I see things, but it's it was terrible.
I don't know if I'm sure some of you are listening to this and watching it, you've had a year when everything went wrong, and that was our year.
That was our year.
2010, everything went pear-shaped for us. We lost the business. I had a terrible accident just after my 60th birthday, and slipped on some tiles by the swimming pool. They often don't seal the tiles. I'd been telling everybody to be careful coming out of the pool. And this particular morning, the house was empty. I thought, lovely, I'm going to have a little swim, and then I'll get my book and relax. And
that was in Bali.
Yes, that was in Bali. And everything went wrong. I slipped. My legs went up in front of my face, and I fell back like this, and my back hit a concrete step. Nobody was at home, and I was just fading in and out of consciousness. I was so scared that if I fainted, I'd fall into the pool, but I couldn't move. I was actually buckled over. And you came back from the surf with my son, Jason.
Yeah.
I remember Jason saying, "What's wrong, Mum?" And it's just like, I can't move. And then you had to pick me up and lie me on the ground. And I was literally in the fetal position. And so my health was really attacked. I won't go into all the details of it because I did get better, and my back has had a fantastic recovery. But it was all I could think of is, what am I going to do? Because I'm a Pilates teacher. And so everything I'd learned teaching Pilates to other people, I actually had to apply to myself. But of course, because our business had gone, I couldn't teach.
And plus you couldn't walk.
I couldn't do anything. And for a long time was literally just curled up and in hospital in Bali, and then came back to Australia. So all this happened all at the same time. You were trying to save our business. You went flying off to help people in Singapore and Malaysia.
Malaysia,
left me in Sydney trying to get better. My son was amazing. My daughter, they looked after me. But it was just everywhere we looked, things were going wrong. The financial crisis had hit in 2008, wasn't it? And I'd invested money from my home, in fact, everything from my home. And everything had disappeared.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time. We've both lost,
Everything.
Nearly 3 times. So we've been through it 2 or 3 times. So we've got a good experience about losing everything and then starting again. But it's a lot harder when you start again when you're in your 60s.
Yes.
So that was, that's what we've had to do. That's what we had to do. And it was, there is a silver lining. There has been a great end. There is a happy ending to the story. So, yeah.
However, at the time, it's shameful. There's a lot of shame when you lose money. Shame with your friends who will look at you and told you so, and with your family, because particularly for me, I brought my children up by myself. I put them through private school. We had a beautiful home in Sydney, and suddenly I'd lost everything. I was actually asking my adult daughter if she could lend me some money, and that was horrible. And she did, of course, but it was just awful to have to do that. I felt so much shame around what had happened to us. I felt I'd made so many mistakes. You keep going over those regrets. Why didn't I do this? Why had I done that? Just changing on. And I think we all do that at a time of crisis. You keep reliving it, which is not helpful. And so it was a matter of changing our thought patterns was really, really important.
It was very stressful.
Yes,
very stressful time, But what's worse, you haven't mentioned is...
No, I wasn't going to on this podcast. I didn't think you'd want to know.
Well, we had to borrow $5,000 off your ex-boyfriend and Gary, and he was fantastic. And
he's a lovely guy. You are friends.
We are good friends, yes. And but that was embarrassing for me, and I felt terrible about that. And so obviously I wanted to repay that debt as quickly as possible. So that was another reason. But it was just the shame of it all, the embarrassment of it all, and and it was devastating, really.
Yes, and also I had friends that didn't like our relationship when I first met Paul, and it was almost like they were rolling their eyes. I told you so, which made us both feel it was not helpful. That's for sure. It was not helpful at all.
No, it's not nice when people stab you in the back.
No, it isn't. But the thing is, they can say all those things, but they've never paid our bills.
Yes, yeah.
They never helped us with our bills. So you're going through this crisis, and I'm so glad we had each other. That was a good thing in 2010. We still had each other. We still believed in each other. We still knew that we could go to the top in whatever we did, as long as our mindset was right. But it was getting that confidence again for self-belief. And you can say what happened when that doctor called you from America.
Yeah, well, we got a phone call from Dr. Jerry Shaw, and he said, Paul, we've got 150 patients getting amazing results on this weight loss and energy and performance products, and I'd like you to try it, And then what happened, I wanted nothing to do with anything at this stage. My head was still spinning. So I said, Jerry, I haven't got enough time and I haven't got enough money to try and put him off. And then he said the magic words to me that I'll never forget. He said, how would you like to change that? And I said, oh, God, Jerry, you got me. And Suzanne was listening in as well. And I said, okay. I said, I'll try the products for 30 days and I'll see what happens. So that's exactly what I did. I tried the products for 30 days. And at the time, because of all the stress, I put on loads and loads of weight. I was 118 kilos, and this was in our 60s, and I was struggling to walk around the block. If I tied my shoelaces up, I'd get giddy. So I wasn't in a good way. Anyway, so tried the products for 30 days and I got amazing results. I lost 10.5 kilos in my first 30 days and 12 inches off my stomach and chest. And you also being a good partner, did it with me. So
Well, I didn't really want to.
no,
That
you're
was the
very
thing.
skeptical,
But
very skeptical.
I was concerned about Paul's health because you see this with a lot of men when they're under stress. Arms and legs and limbs are slim and muscular and look great, but there's this stomach that just kept getting bigger and bigger. And because as a teacher, I'd never really had to deal with this. This wasn't something you could exercise away. It was cortisol and had created it. And the visceral fat around the major organs is really dangerous. So I was concerned about that. I love to walk. And, as I got better, I was back to walking again. I've always loved walking. And it's like, oh, you can't even walk around the block with me. You couldn't do anything. No. They call it permanent pregnancy in Indonesia. And you definitely had a good
twins.
Case
I was having twins.
Triplets, maybe.
Yeah. My stomach was very, very big. Very big.
And it was concerning because in your family, you've got a history of diabetes.
Yeah.
And I was really concerned about what was going on. And for me, because I'm a good partner, I did take the products with him. I can't say that I was exactly excited about it, but just to support you. But I did notice quite quickly how they were working really well on my body and I was sleeping well. And for me, that was just a miracle because I hadn't slept through the night for many, many years. I was involved in a very brutal home invasion in London. And it wasn't that every night I stayed awake thinking it was going to happen to me again. But if I did hear a sound, I would wake up very, very quickly. And obviously my sleep was quite light. And then all the worries we had, my brain was going around about how we could pay the bills, what we're going to do. And I imagined us living with a shopping trolley with a few things in it and having to sleep in the street. I just couldn't imagine what was going to happen to us. So I was really, really concerned. And watching you get healthier was exciting. It was like, oh, these products actually work. Although I was still skeptical.
Well, again, we were in our 60s, and again, it was another American company.
Yeah.
So probably one of the best things, we met the owners personally. That was probably the best thing that happened to us.
And they were lovely and very gracious. And I really did go with my arms crossed and legs crossed and probably my eyes crossed. I was just not interested at all in anything. I just felt like I couldn't do it again. And also because I had lost my confidence. Yeah. And I must say, the owners had actually called us and I wouldn't actually speak to them. And I'm embarrassed by that still. But they understood. They'd had the same thing happen to them many years ago. So we were able to share our story, which was great. And then we just I always said we put our blinkers and binoculars on. We could see where we were going. Nothing was going to distract us. All the people that told us that we couldn't build again or start again, or had I particularly gone crazy, what was I doing? We just ignored them. We just knew that we had an opportunity and we were going to take it. And that's what life is.
Yeah.
And there's opportunities come along and you get that feeling, is this right for me or isn't it? And this one we felt was right for us.
Well, the belief came when we got amazing results on the products. And, I wouldn't have shared it with anybody if we didn't get great results on the products. And the amazing thing was people were asking us, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're looking so healthy, And then I lost 28 kilos in probably around 3 or 4 months. And then I had so much energy and people were asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? And that's how our business virtually started. But if we didn't get the great results on the products, we were gone. We were out, you know what I mean? So we've been on the products now for 12 years and absolutely feeling fantastic. And we have over 110,000 people on the products, in 10 countries around the world. And it's been absolutely an amazing journey. So, who'd ever thought, like going back 12 years ago, being broke, lost everything and virtually down and out, that we would start again, especially, in our 60s. So there's a lot of people out there hurting at the moment. So, the great thing about a business, we're part of the 5 fastest growing trends in the world right now. Is number 1 is weight loss and weight management. Number 2 is biohacking, with total wellness. So biohacking, what can you're the expert.
Using your own body really is the main thing, knowing what your body needs and finding the things that it needs. Biohacking has become a bit of a trendy word, but if I look back on my life, I've always been biohacking. I always look at other things that can be good for my body, and mainly what I put into it, because that makes such a difference. I was talking to someone who's an athlete the other day, and just talking about how if you don't feed your body good nutrition, your thoughts aren't good either, because you're not feeling right. You just don't, you feel off. So biohacking is a buzzword at the moment, but it's finding what suits your body at that particular time. And I'm all about longevity, of course, because at our age, we need to age well. I want to age well. I don't want to age badly.
Yeah. And that third trend is looking good on the inside, but feeling good on the inside, looking good on the outside as well. So, but number 4 is online shopping. Our business, we can take anywhere around the world with us. And as long as we've got our computer there, and that's the great thing about it. The internet has changed the world, and social media, and it's just revolutionizing things right now. And number 5 is we help people with their wealth creation. But in our business, 85% of people are our customers. They just want to, lose a bit of weight or something like that. And then for the people that want to make some money, we can help those people as well. We've helped and mentored 10 people to become multimillionaires in our business, around the world. And that's where the 110,000 people have come from the people that we've helped, and they've passed it on as well. So it's a great business, what we're doing. We love what we do with a passion.
Yeah, but I think for anybody, if you're at a point where there's a crisis, where there's lack of money, or you're really concerned about what's happening, I know that so many people around the world, it's not just in Australia, in America, in England, people are really struggling. Our interest rates over here have gone up how many times? 10
in a row, I think.
10 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's been shocking for people.
Last week just went up another 0.25%.
So looking for another stream of income is what's really important, to find something that you love, that interests you, as another stream of income. So for instance, when I was teaching, I also did some walks and meditation classes, and I love those. I had 2 streams of income coming in. And I think that's really the importance, is not necessarily what we do, but finding something that brings an income stream that you feel you can get passionate about, because life's too short. You really do want to enjoy what you're doing. It's really important. We love what we do. People keep asking us when we're going to retire. It's like, why would we retire? And particularly because we're surrounded by incredible people who all keep us young as well.
Yeah.
And keep us on our toes, that's for sure. So it's finding something that you can do. And there's lots of opportunities. There's opportunities you can make now that people haven't probably thought about. There's always something. I've got a daughter who's very inventive and creative, and going, why doesn't anyone do this? Why doesn't anyone do that? So there's certainly not a surfeit. We're not saturated. And human beings, we are creative beings. So I know that everything's about AI at the moment, but let's stick to our creativity. I think it's important.
Yes. Yeah. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you know anybody that wants or needs to lose weight? Do you know anybody that wants or needs some extra money right now? So, and that's the people we can help out there, and that's our goal. Every morning we wake up, we say, who can we help today? That's our major focus. And I know Suzanne does things different because she's into gratitude. Can you want to say a little bit about what you do for your gratitude?
Gratitude, the moment I wake up, in that time between sleep and waking, the little bit of dozing, it's the morning. I start my gratitudes then from that moment. I'm so grateful, my warm bed. I'm so grateful that I have beautiful linen sheets. I'm so grateful I've got Paul next to me. I'm so grateful I've got this roof over my head. And I just continue saying gratitudes. And I start it close and then I take it out into the world. So I go through my family, our business, the people I love, friends, and friends overseas. I just picture everybody and have so much gratitude. So by the time I get into my shower, there's no negativity, no negative thoughts at all. I also like to write down my gratitudes. I think that's really important as well. And when I was really going through a tough time, in another tough time when I lost everything, but I came to Australia with 2 small children and 3 suitcases, and it was hard to find anything to be grateful for at the time. There was a lot of fear. I was fearful. Again, shame kicked in. And it was the little things. So we can all find something, like the beautiful sun on my back when I was hanging out the washing, just the blossoms coming out on the trees, the sound of the birds. So whatever it is, write them down. And then you'll find that during your day, you're also looking for things to be grateful for that you can write down in the evening. So that's how I do it. And if I find negative thoughts coming into my mind, I change them to positive ones straight away. I listen to them and I think, oh, wow, I just said that to myself, and I change the thought.
Yeah, for me, I'm a bit different. I do a lot of affirmations. Probably I've been doing affirmations and like goal setting for like over 20 years now. So I read the affirmations before I go to bed, and also the first thing when I wake up in the morning. Like I'm in the zone. Things come easily and quickly. What's another one? I attract fantastic people to me every day. Every day is a joyous adventure. I have money, financial ones in there as well. And I plan my day, but it seems to set me up for having a great day and attracting the right people and following towards my goals that I've already set for the business and life goals and relationship goals. And the great thing about it, Suzanne and myself, we both love traveling, and what we're doing now, we've won 21 free trips around the world and first class, and that's been amazing too, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, and one of the things we didn't really count on, which you cover, is about the friendship. So.
Oh, yes. That was the one thing I didn't see coming, I must say, when we started our business, was the friendships all over the world. We have the most amazing friends. Wherever we go, we can call someone and meet them for dinner and have fun and immediately deep dive into great conversation, not about just our business, but about life and about travel and about culture. And those are the things that light me up anyway. I just absolutely love traveling. We're planning now our next trips at the moment. It's just so wonderful, and I think that's another thing that keeps us really young and very, very positive. When you're traveling to different cultures, particularly when no one speaks your language, and where you stand out, the two of us stand out so much in Asia. It's so easy to find each other, just the hair color. And I love the fact that we stand out. I love the fact that people come up and look at us and want to chat to you and have a picture with you. I like being the odd one out, and rather than staying in a safe place. I love being different, and learning from other cultures is so exciting. Learning different languages, and eating different food.
And all through Europe. Like we just opened up in Italy. We just opened up in Japan. All through Europe, the UK, USA, Mexico, Canada. So we've got friends in all those great countries, and it's great just visiting those people, as well. And it's it's really, really, really exciting.
Yeah, if it was up to me, we'd be traveling all
the time. So
just love it. But we do have grandchildren here and family. So I think remember, whatever happens to you in life, don't let it defeat you. Don't let it define you. Don't become a victim. You're allowed to feel sorry for yourself. You're allowed those moments of despair, but pick yourself up out of them, because I think for everybody, when you look back on the things that have happened to you, however disastrous, however absolutely, when they've taken you to your knees, and we've both had those moments in the past, absolute grief, good things come out of it. Good things come out of all that. And you become a teacher for other people, and you become much more compassionate and empathetic. And look, we're all connected. We are all so connected, and recognizing that, and recognizing that everybody is looking for the same things. We're looking for peace. We're looking for happiness. We're looking for joy. We're looking for not to compare each other and to imagine other people's lives. It's your life. Live that life. One big, lovely, juicy, audacious life.
One of the lessons that we have learned is your past does not equal your future. Your destiny is in your hands. So it doesn't matter what age you are and things that have happened to you, you can start again. So it's about having this positive mindset, and and setting goals, and your affirmations or your gratitudes or your vision board, and setting vision boards. And it doesn't matter what age you are as well, because we've all got our own stories to tell. But the trouble is, if you keep on looking in the rear vision mirror, you're going to keep on getting the same results. So you either live in the past, you live in the future, or you can live in the now. And one of the things we've found is living in the now and being happy and working together. And we're together 24 hours, virtually a day. So, our business is together. So we're working together and traveling together, and it's
good.
It's good. It's good.
Moments. It's like a dance. You have to find your balance in your dance. But luckily, we you make me laugh every day. That's the good part. And but you're never too old. In fact, we look at us doing podcasts. We just started this. We're excited about it. Who knows what's going to eventuate. We're always on a new adventure, and this is definitely just the beginning of a new one for us.
And some of the young entrepreneurs, like, they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, 60s and 70s. So it doesn't matter what age you are. There's lots of great things happening out there.
Yes. Thank you. So that's our lesson for today.
That's it.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.